In this video, I want to talk about how to take control of your mind and focus. You see, I run into a lot of people that have a hard time focusing. They have really inconsistent results. From day to day, different things happen. They're very inconsistent about where they're going. Maybe they don't keep good track of their goals. They look back months later and they're completely in a whole different direction from the direction they intended to go. It's really important when you're taking control of your mind that you pick a goal, especially if you're a guy. Because guys, the masculine energy really loves to focus on one thing at a time. And when we focus on one thing at a time, we really have this ability to really put some powerful energy into the accomplishment of that goal. So an example of this is Mark Zuckerberg. He had a goal of getting Facebook to 10 million users, and he kept that goal in front of himself every day. He put it supposedly on his desk and he would look at it all the time. And I see exactly how that works because I basically do the same thing. I pick a goal and I focus on it daily. I revisit it daily. I work out my insecurities or nervousness around it daily, and I refocus again daily. Matter of fact, that's almost more important to me than doing the daily actions. Because if I've got a lot of daily actions, but I've got a lot of resistance inside, I got a lot of nervousness, fear, anxiety, grief, anger at myself about my ability to accomplish the goal, let's say it's getting women, let's say it's making more money, then what happens is I get in my own way a lot. I start tripping over myself. But when I get up in the morning and I spend a good hour, half hour, focusing on my goals, really imagining them, seeing them, letting go of any lower emotions, like feeling good in meditative state, working on my mind, working on my body, feeling the endorphin rush through my body from a good meditation. And then I start letting go of any resistance to the goal till the goal starts to feel better and better every morning. Then what I find is every day that I do that, I do better and better. I get more done because of that activity. You see, the better you feel about any goal you choose, the better you feel about any goal you intend to accomplish, the easier it is to accomplish. The brain loves to sort and push away pain and pull in pleasure. We call it the pain-pleasure principle. And so if you've got a lot of pain around a goal, and this is what I used to have, I had all these frustrations and angers and self-doubt around my ability to accomplish my goals, then what would happen is because of that pain, my subconscious mind, my nervous system, would cause me to self-sabotage, screw up, do things to try to get it out of my life. Even cause me to start getting distracted, and suddenly I'm on Facebook, suddenly I'm over here, and I'm not focused on the goal at hand. But as I started to enjoy the goal more and more, the pleasure side of the pain-pleasure principle, as I started to really feel possibility in the goal and start to see it coming to fruition, see me accepting it and enjoying it, suddenly I'm getting more inspiration, more ideas, more possibilities about how to accomplish the goal coming to my subconscious mind. I'm less wanting to be distracted and I'm more interested in working on the goal at hand. There's something that George Washington Carver said many years ago. See, he figured out all these medicinal uses for flowers. He's also well known for the peanut, if anybody knows who he is. But in this case, somebody was talking to him about his uses for all these flowers. He'd spend a lot of time working with flowers, figuring out what they did and what was in them and stuff like that. And somebody said, how did you figure out all these uses for flowers? And he said, very simply, that if you love the flower enough, it will reveal all its secrets. Now, that sounds really like almost inferential, like there's some deeper meaning in it. But let's look at it literally for one moment. If he loved the flowers enough, in other words, if he felt really good and passionate about the flower that he's working with, getting excited about it emotionally, not faking the excitement, but really finding that excitement, then suddenly all the resources of his subconscious mind, not just his conscious mind, go to work and get invested in that flower, and ideas, inspirations, understandings, knowledge comes to you. I'm sure you've had this experience in your life. There's probably something out there that you love doing more than anything in the world, and you couldn't stop doing it. Matter of fact, you probably thought about it every day. And look at how fast you got good at it. Look at how much you learned about it. Look at how much you grew in that area because you loved doing what you were doing. Not forcing it, but almost like a passionate draw towards it. Well, this is what he figured out at a very young age, and he did it with everything he worked on. Now, some people take this wrong. They think they can fake their way into feeling good, and that's not what I'm talking about. They think they can come along, they can grab something, a goal, and they can pretend to love it. They can say, I love that goal. Well, that kind of positive thinking where I'm going to push down all my negative thinking, and I'm going to not pretend it doesn't exist and deny it, and just focus on the goal itself, doesn't work. It causes all the stuff you're pushing down to come to the surface and bubble over. You have to actually fall in love with it. So this is what I do every day, every morning, just like most successful people, I refocus on my goals. And I start relaxing into the goal. I meditate on it. I envision it until it feels good. I start with a meditation before I even look at the goal, until I feel good. Get a little endorphin rush in the body, get that trained into my body through daily meditation. Then I start associating that endorphin rush with the accomplishment of the goal by taking that good feeling state and then focusing on the goal from the good feeling state. Now, maybe the first day it won't feel amazing, but maybe it'll take a week, maybe it'll take 2 weeks, maybe it'll take a month. But pretty soon, if you do that every day, you're going to start to change the way you feel about the goal itself. You could even do it twice a day. I have some clients that do that really want to work on this. They do it in the morning or before bed or in the morning or at evening, and they speed the process up. Now, I had another mentor for a very short period of time, a man I did a little bit of work with, but I studied a lot of his mindsets quite a bit, and that's why I call him a mentor. His name is Mark Allen. He published Eckhart Tolle, and I really believe in this man. I took one of his programs many years ago, had a great time taking it, but the continued study of how he thinks was really valuable to me. And one of the things he said was that he loves to do this, what he calls an ideal scene process. I call it a morning ritual, and he spends an hour every day reviewing his goals, or a period of time every day reviewing his goals. Matter of fact, he carries his goals in his back pocket, and he has for many, many, many years. And that's how he went from broke to really successful. But he said one of the things that really stuck with him was the fact that there was a Korean billionaire, and unfortunately I don't know his name, Mark Allen referenced him, that studied his goals every day for an hour, meditated on them. And that Korean billionaire said that's the reason he feels he's a billionaire today. It's because he did that every day, nonstop. So I want to invite you into this idea. Really get your nervous system enjoying the idea of your goal. Start your day doing that every single day of the week. Make sure you get up every morning working on this, maybe even before you go to bed, until you can feel really good about the goal. If for some reason you can't get to where you feel good about the goal, and you're just trying to force it, well, that tells you something too, doesn't it? So once you've chosen your goal and you start focusing on it every day, I want to invite you into one more thing. Write down 20 reasons you really want this goal. If you can't get 20 reasons you really want to accomplish this goal, then maybe it's the wrong goal for you. Sit down and really meditate on 20 solid reasons you want to bring this goal into your life so you can choose it at a deeper level. Now, if any resistance comes up while you're doing that, if any resistance comes up after you've written them and you're focusing on them every day, focus on the 20 reasons along with the goal, then work through the resistance, meditate on it till you can let it go. And that will help you to get closer to feeling really good about this goal, get you in better alignment, and be ready to bring the goal into your life. Be ready to receive it. Get out of wanting and into choice. Get your goal now. So with that said, I would love to hear your comments on this. I particularly would love to hear your comments after you've defined your goal and you've written 20 reasons why you really want this goal. I'd love to hear how you're applying this to your life to make a change today. So if you haven't subscribed, make sure you subscribe now, because we work really hard at producing these videos every week, and we want to make sure we change as many men's lives as possible. And also, what would you do if you were not afraid? An interesting interaction today, right?
Yes.
And a man came up and introduced himself to her earlier today while she was having lunch. And can you kind of tell the story of what happened, how it went? And he was really nervous, apparently. So ways I was holding my life back by being too damn nice. Now, when I say be a nice guy, I don't mean be an asshole or be a dick. I mean be real. It's time to stop being overly nice, trying to please everybody, and start to be real and ask yourself, what do I want? And that's the beginning of building true confidence.